just want to take a minute and talk about where we get yield from Faba. So obviously the number of pods per plant help contribute to the yield. And on a Faba bean, we have a lot of opportunities for pods. So this is kind of in an awkward stage where we're just in between kind of flowers that are slowly turning into pods. So I don't know if you can see, we have some baby pods coming. I'm gonna get a close-up look at each of the kind of little armpits of the leaves is where the flowers come out of on a Faba bean. So that's different than any of our other pulse crops. There are a lot of flowers at each of the little meristematic areas. Not all of these flowers will turn into an actual pod with bean seeds in it. The actual number of pods per plant is a great indication of yield. The other thing that makes up yield is the number of beans in a pod. So here we have a Faba bean pod, and if we open it up, this is one of the early ones. So if we kind of just open it up and look at this bean, has 5 in it. It's probably as large as it's going to get. The third thing that contributes to yield is going to be the final weight of those seeds. So those are the things that contribute to yield: number of pods on a plant, number of Faba bean seeds in a pod, and then the final size of those beans. And there's a number of different environmental factors that contribute to all of those elements. So Faba beans are called a cool season pulse for a reason. And that reason is they don't like heat. And it's really actually kind of cool because on a Faba bean, as over the course of the season, it will tell us the days that it was too hot and not love and life, and the days that it was kind of in its okay temperature. And so if we look along the stem, we can see that at different nodes, there's little pockets of flowers, and those flowers will grow into pods. And on the days when it is above 28, 30 degrees for an extended period of time, what happens is, well, a number of things happen, but one of the most obvious things happen is the Faba bean actually aborts the flower. So over the course of the season, we'll be able to come back and take a look at these plants, and it's kind of like a historical calendar. And there'll be blank places along the stem where there's just no beans, and we see the little peduncle where the flower's attached, and then there's no pod. So you can kind of go along and say, okay, happy Faba, sad Faba. But the bottom line is they're always totally rad Fabas.